Hey, it's gonna be okay. Hello, Snack Pack. Welcome back to Travel Snacks. In today's episode, mistakes were made, lessons were learned. Let's jump right in.
When it's beeping, that means the heads are stuck. The platters are stuck. The heads don't allow the platters to move. You should never open your own drive up if the data is important. So if you see here, the heads are clearly stuck. They're not on the ramp. The heads, when the hard drive is off, are supposed to be parked on this orange ramp here, and that's how it's supposed to be when it's off.
Yeah, it doesn't show up at all. It's not recognized and it's beeping. So all I need to do is send it in and then you guys will return it when? I'm sorry. Can you repeat that again? 3-0? Like 30 days? 30? Like a month. More than a month because of COVID. All my work is on that hard drive. Yes, all the files are important. What am I going to do? All of my content is on that hard drive. All of the van build. I don't know what to do. I'm just beside myself right now. I'm just simply beside myself right now. Hey, it's gonna be okay. Everything's gonna work out. It always does. You're gonna be fine. Thanks. So yes, my content is gone for now, but let me run it back and give you a little bit of the backstory and what I'm going to be doing moving forward. Listen, this is a real rough situation that I'm in. You know how you could cheer me up? Hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. Become part of the snack pack. And also, throw a like on it. For those of you that don't know, I bought a van last summer and my parents and I were converting it, and I was filming and documenting all of the process. Those videos don't just get filmed in one day, they get filmed over a span of several days or weeks depending on what we're doing in the van. The computer that I have is a MacBook and it's a good computer, but it's not very hardy when it comes to storage. So every time I would upload all of the files from my camera to my computer, it would pretty much tell me that I had to manage my storage and I would have to figure out ways to delete all kinds of things, documents, photos, and music and things like that. So I decided last year to buy an external hard drive from a company called Seagate. I got it on Amazon and it had been working wonderfully. I dumped all of the files from every part of the van build onto that external hard drive, and then every time I wanted to work on a specific video, I would just move that folder over to my computer to work on so that my computer wouldn't be all clogged up with files. I don't know how other YouTubers do it, but for me, my editing takes quite a while, between 6 to 8 hours, sometimes more, because I have to bring in all sorts of different video clips depending on what we're doing with the van build. And at the end of the van build, I was only able to edit maybe one video a week because the van build was super intense and I was just trying to get that finished. So I still had quite a bit of video content from the van build that I was uploading a couple times a week. For those of you that don't come onto the live streams, you may be surprised to know that the van build is actually already done. I was posting those in order as we built the van so that at the end I could do the big van reveal, my trip to Dallas, Texas, my first night in my van, and some of the problems that I've had already in the van. And all of that content is on the hard drive. So when I was living in my car, and even now that I'm living in my van, I have a schedule where some days I edit, some days I post videos, some days I explore, and some days I work on my van because there's still things to be fixed. So yesterday I woke up ready to edit the plumbing video, which is the video I told you I was going to be uploading next in this video. So I woke up ready to edit. I plugged my hard drive into the computer and it wouldn't recognize it. So I tried other ports, it wouldn't recognize it. So I was like, what the heck? So I plugged it back into my computer and then I heard like this faint beeping sound, which I thought was a car outside, maybe somebody's alarm, but it was actually coming from the external hard drive unit. So I did a quick Google search and come to find out, I guess that means that the heads inside of the external hard drive won't spin. So it just can't recognize and can't work. I just bought that external hard drive last year, so I knew it was under warranty. So I contacted Seagate. However, because of COVID, they're quoting a turnaround time of at least 30 days, if not more. Now, I want to stress that all of my content that I filmed from the van build and my first night in my van and everything is on that hard drive. So when he told me that, I was like, I'm sorry, sir, but there's just no way that I can wait 30 days. So I told him to just go ahead and note that I called and that I would see if I could find somebody locally and then call back if I need their services. I looked up some Yelp reviews and found a place called World Tech Force that had really good reviews. And I called the number and a nice gentleman named Josh answered the phone and he said he only does low to mid-level data recovery, which doesn't include opening up the hardware. But he said if I brought it over, he'd be able to tell me within 4 minutes if it was recoverable or not just by doing some software stuff. So I drove over there, he plugged it in and he's like, yeah, basically your heads aren't spinning, so you're gonna have to take it to somewhere that does high-level data recovery. He gave me a reference, but he said anyone that does high-level recovery, which means opening up the unit, that's gonna cost between $1,500 to $3,000. Why? What are you doing in there? This is not heart surgery. This is a piece of hardware. And if somebody does that for a living, I'm not trying to knock that, but also $3,000. And the reason I think that they're able to charge that is because they know people need their data. Most people have photos and videos, but they know that people need that. And there's no other way to get it if you don't know what you're doing. So I was like, your girl ain't got that. No, I don't got that much. That's not a thing. I'm not going to pay that much. And I knew that Seagate would do it for free, but I had to wait. So it's either the cost of time or the cost of money. I sat in my van and I was like, what am I going to do? Because I can't make any more van build videos. And it's gonna be very weird because those of you that watch my live streams every Saturday, Snack Chat Saturday, if not 2 p.m. Pacific, 5 p.m. Eastern. For those of you that watch the live streams, you guys know that I'm already in my van and you've seen pretty much most of the van inside. But for those of you that just watch these videos, it would be very weird for me to go from the process of making the van build videos to just all of a sudden, here I am doing adventures in my van. So I decided that I would call back Seagate and initiate sending in the hard drive. Seagate emailed me a UPS label to ship it back. So I took it over to the UPS store, had them bubble wrap it very safely and sent it off. Couple things I want to mention. Number one, back up your data. Back it up on more than one device. I know this, I've done it in the past, but because everything was so chaotic with the van build and everything else going on in my life, I just didn't really have the brain capacity to think about that as well as everything else. So I had only backed it up on this one hard drive. And please, I ask you kindly, do not leave any comments of you should have backed up your data on another device. I know that. You don't need to kick somebody when they're down. So if anybody comments that, I'm just going to delete that comment. Secondly, I'm a very positive person, so I believe there is a reason for this. Maybe it was God telling me to slow down, that I don't need to freak out about the van build videos, that there's another way to go about this. Also, I believe all my data is going to be restored, so I'm not really worried too much about it. The only thing that I am peeved about is the time frame, and I'm praying that that is just a standard thing that they say and that I will get the hard drive back even sooner than 30 days. In the meantime, I did make a list of a bunch of videos that I can make in the meantime, which forced me to be a little more creative and a little more thoughtful about things that I could do without that content. But because I love my snack pack, I want to know from you guys in the comments, what type of videos would you like me to make in the next 30 to 45 days that doesn't have to do with my van build or showing a lot of the van, because I still want to make a nice reveal video. So would you guys like to see more food videos, restaurant reviews, some things here while I'm in Texas, hiking videos, walk and talk, ASMR? But you guys usually have great suggestions and I'd
I'd love to hear from you. And then when I get my hard drive data back, I will continue on the van build series and put that in my van build playlist. Thank you for being patient while I work on a new set of videos in the next month or so. Until the next video, bye for now.
Snack time.